Very nice. Now let's go back and see who this other bloke is here.
Oh, he's Dickie Rock's son. Isn't that lovely?
He's Dickie Rock's son, which didn't prevent him from being so embarrassed he didn't want to be in the group anymore. So after that, Gay gave his assessment of how the group would do.
They've no talent whatsoever. They don't sing, they don't write music, and they don't play instruments, and they'll probably be very successful.
We've got one great talent though.
Yeah.
We're all Irish and we're all from Dublin.
So being from Dublin is a talent, apparently.
And Sean, you can't even manage that, can you?
I can't, no, I'm just not good enough to be from Dublin. Really.
Come here, did you notice that Dickie Rock's son is starting to go bald already there on the eyebrow?
That would be stress.
So presumably now Mrs. Rock has 2 baldy has-beens hanging around the house.
So our first round is our song lyrics game. Each team will be given words from a song. They simply have to tell me what the song is. Brendan and Angie, your song lyrics will be read tonight by Ken Hammond.
I still love you, Ireland. Don't close your heart to how you feel. Dream, don't be afraid the dream's not real. Close your eyes. Pretend it's just the two of us again. Make believe this moment's here to stay.
For those of you watching on acid, that actually happened.
Has to be Johnny Logan, really, with those lyrics, doesn't it?
Brendan, do you vote for Johnny Logan?
I think so, yeah. I think that I Still Love You, Ireland was with Johnny when he won the Eurovision, wasn't it? He said, I still love you, Ireland, but I'm going to go away and be big in Turkey.
Well, let's have a look at the VT and find out.
I still love you, Ireland. Don't.
It's great a waiter can win the Eurovision, isn't it?
No, you know what actually happened there about the costume was they said in the Eurovision over the intercom system, Johnny Logan to the theatre, please. And he thought they meant the operating theatre. So
I can't sing anymore, thank you.
Oh, God.
And at the end of it, he says, I can't sing anymore, which would explain why he went back and won the damn thing twice more, actually.
Actually, a bit of music trivia about all that. Boyzone's manager, you might be interested in this, is a chap called Louis Walsh. But before he was managing boy bands, he was actually Johnny Logan's manager and Linda Martin's manager as well, and they both won the Eurovision. And this was Louis Walsh's proud claim about Linda Martin. I had Linda Martin in the National 10 times. I wonder who the jockey was.
I have to admit, Sean, I had a Yankee on Linda Martin a few times when I was younger.
Angie, seeing you're being so negative about the music business, have you picked up any bad habits yet?
No, not really, apart from being on a few dodgy quiz shows here and there.
Okay, so you were on Hot Milk and Pepper then? Well, actually, seeing that Angie is issued that emphatic denial of any bad habits, we do have a piece of VT of an interview that Angie gave with Chill on the hardcore porn show Echo Island. And during the course of the interview, she made this astonishing admission.
Every time we're in the middle of a routine, right, we go into the mid later breakdown, and myself and Ashton always like Rudy's. And we start,
Just in case you missed that, while they're dancing, they're ripping off huge, big, rip-snorting farts. So, like, would they be big Guinnessy ones, or?
No, it only happened once, and it got blown out of proportion, really.
Sure, and behind you, are they kind of going, oh, Jesus.
No, Sean, that's just the way they sing, actually.
No,
You know, it's just a proof of the old phrase, it's a chill wind that blows whenever Angie's out dancing anyway.
Anyway, Darren Glenn, here's Ken for you.
Why can't I be like you? You're nothing, you are no one, you see nothing, you lie.
So, what do you think that was?
That, just by the sound of the lyrics, seemed to be like that, finally they've made that Boyzone goodbye song, which is something like the party's over if you're ugly. And it's like, was it the first line is why can't I be like you? Mm-hmm. Well, that's the other four singing to Ronan. And then Ronan goes, you're nothing, you're no one, you lie, and you're just a dodgy guy with an eyebrow problem.
Do you reckon that's what it is?
I reckon the lyrics sound pretty catchy and optimistic, so either Dana or Joe Dolan, I suppose.
Catchy and optimistic? That's an interesting guess.
The lads have actually released, the other 4 lads are going to release a song just after that called Nobody Believes You're a Virgin. Way.
Lots of clapping from the women in the audience, I notice. So anyway, it is an optimistic song, Ben thinks. So let's have a look and find out. The interesting thing, most bands would have a brass section. They had a drinking wine, smoking fag section. So on that tuneless note, the scores are that Dara's team got no points and Brendan's team got 2 points. Now, pay attention, folks, because this is the second part of the Boyzone instructional video for you. It was a long interview that Gay did with the boys that night, and he started off by asking them to describe themselves.
What are you?
Penis.
Bit unfortunate there, yes, that's why he left the band quickly. Now, have a look at Dickie Rock here. He's still trying to hold his trousers up for some strange reason. And the embarrassment's grown even worse now, I think, at this stage. So, Gay's asked him a few questions. You going to stay? I don't really know, to be perfectly honest with you. I might go. So he ends up by asking Boyzone, what's a typical show going to be like?
Backing track on the stage when you actually
Well, when we go together, we're going to have a single. We're going to be singing and dancing at the same time.
Very good.
But not tonight. We're going to keep that for you.
Okay, all right. Okay, cue the music.
So there you go, singing and dancing at the same time. And by God, one day they'll manage it. I know they will.
Well, as against trying to do one of them properly.
Yeah. Our advertising round now, we show each team half an advert. They simply have to predict what happens next. Brendan and Angie, for you we have a man with a camera. It's a really tough one, I think. What do you think might happen next?
That's what's known in the photography business as developing.
I think it looks like one of those special cameras, you know, for men who look really big, but in fact, they're really small. What do you think about that, Brendan?
Well, one thing's for sure, she's never going to find out, I think.
Would you have an automatic camera now, Brendan, or do you want to...
Instamatic, actually. Right. Comes out straight away. And then everyone looks at it and laughs at parties.
Oh. There you go. You might still get to shag someone in the audience, never know. So let's have a look at the rest of the VT and find out what happens next.
On October 1st, Sony Mag Photo begins. The most exciting photography show.
Isn't it great when people are excited by their hobbies? So I give you 2 points for that because you did say something developing, and you know you kind of got the various double entendre bit in there.
Flash photography is what I missed out.
So Dara and Glenn, for you, more filth, I'm afraid. Have a look at this.
Feel me, touch me, eat me.
I can tell you that she doesn't do what that man did.
Well, she's unlikely to, really, isn't she? No, I think you just see this off. You just see some woman lying back and trying to seduce you. That I see as a cry for help. And that's obviously a woman who's she's lonely, she's frustrated, she's bored, possibly a bored housewife, or maybe she was in a convent school. And either way, she wants to talk to you. That's what I think it's going up to. She wants to talk to you. She wants to share her boredom with you. 58p a minute peak, 46p a minute off peak. That's not much to ask to be a Samaritan. That's what I think that's going for.
That's an interesting
I
guess.
have to say that every time I see a woman in velvet saying "eat me," I think of Carrie Crowley on Hot Rock and the Gourmet Gallery.
Right, let's have a look at the rest of the VT and find out.
Touch me, eat me.
Parfum de Marie-Pep. C'est un petit bout d'animal.
Star me!
Sorry.
Sorry, man.
It was actually an advert for sausages. That was sort of more or less what you were talking about. So I'll give you 1 point for that. Yeah. So at the end of that round, the scores are that Dara's team scored 1 point, Brendan's team scored 2 points.
Again.
We're getting closer. Time for some proper adverts now, but when we return, that fabulous Boyzone dance routine. Don't go away now. Welcome back, and now for that fantastic Boyzone dance routine. Now, one thing to note about this, towards the end of the routine, Shane got a bit bored and grabbed onto something he obviously thinks is very important. Enjoy. Still, though, in fairness, it's probably the last time he ever had to touch it himself again anyway. Time now for State of the Nation, where we test how much in tune our contestants are with the average crotch-grabbing boy band member on the street. This week, we want to talk to Chill and OTT's target audience. Do you know OTT?
Yeah.
And do you like them?
No. But I think they're idiots.
Okay, thanks very much. Have you ever heard of Chill?
No.
They're a girl band. Do you think that's a good idea? Having a girl band?
No.
Why not?
Because maybe girls put too much makeup on.
You're right. Yeah. Thanks very much. Of course, ye have met before. There was this allegedly famous incident when you were in your bus and you flashed your breasts at OTT, and OTT bared their buttocks to you.
That answer
No,
to that
no,
one.
no.
How exactly did that work?
Valerie Ross in the audience, so I've been told to deny it. So.
You've been
No,
told to
it's
deny it.
actually, I mean, it's not true on my half, but I mean, we were on the, we were,
Which half?
my
of it
top
is mine?
half. No, we were on a motorway in England and minding our own business, and
Oh,
this
you did,
tour
on the
bus
motorway.
pulled up beside us, you know, and 4 bottoms peeped out, and guess who it was, so. What
Did
was
you
I
know
supposed
from
to
their
do?
bottoms it was them?
Well, yeah.
Well, I don't, you see.
She looked and she said,
Look
4
again.
assholes, that must be OTT.
Live in the now, man. Live in the now.
Very bitchy in the music industry. Anyway, Dara, you go first. Now, no doubt, as you know, big tribunals going on about county councillors bribing, rezoning, all that sort of stuff. And the allegations basically are that virtually all the county councillors are taking bribes for rezoning land, which obviously isn't true because they don't take bribes when they're rezoning their own land. Think about it. So the question we asked was, county councillors, should they pay tax on their rezoning bribes? We asked this young man, did he say A, county councillors are spas, B, my dad hates you, or C, my dad's a county councillor?
I hope it's a spa one, because that's great. Just to put that word back into currency, because then that guy could go on to he could go on to on questions and answers, and he could go duh, and stuff like that. I mean, and then say things like, "Oh, Saddam Hussein, he's a big Benny," something like that. And why don't we invade? That'd be gift. And it would just raise the level of political debate in the country. So I am going for the spa answer because it's brilliant.
You're going for the spa answer. Let's have a look at the VT and find out. County councillors, should they pay tax on their rezoning bribes?
Yeah.
Why do you think?
Because I don't like them.
Why don't you like them?
Because they're spas.
Ah, yes, indeed. From the mouths of babes. So, Glenn, your go. Your question concerns Brendan O'Carroll. He has a new film out called Sparrow's Trap, something like that. And apparently there's some boxing in the film, so we actually do get to see Brendan O'Carroll punched in the ring.
Anywhere else?
So the question we asked was, in his new film, Brendan O'Carroll gets beaten up. Has he finally produced something the public really wants to see? We asked this young woman, did she say, A, I'm 6, I'm not stupid, B, my dolly can get sick, or C, I wouldn't marry him, he's old and baldy?
Well, Brendan's actually a friend of mine, so if I say anything bad about him, Jerry Brown will probably kick my ass, you know.
Or punch in the ring, even.
I'd say C, definitely.
You'd say C. I wouldn't marry him. He's old and baldy. Let's have a look at the VT and find out. In Brendan O'Carroll's new film, he gets beaten up. Do you think Brendan has finally produced something that people really want to see?
Yeah,
Why do you think that?
because he's really funny.
Because he's really funny.
Yeah,
Are you sure now? You didn't look too sure about that.
he's really funny.
Would you like to see him getting beaten up?
No,
You wouldn't. Is that because you like him?
yeah,
Would you like to marry him when you grow up?
no,
Why not?
because he's bald and he'll be old.
He is already. Thanks anyway.
All right.
Okay,
Sean,
so you
that's-
called your friend a baldy old git. Well done there.
That's the marvel of editing, is it? Because I saw that earlier, and you actually said to her, "Would you like to marry me when I grow up?" And she said, "No, because you're old and you're baldy."
Brendan! Or bastard, as we call him. Now, as we mentioned on the show before, Michael Flatley has announced he's doing his last ever gigs in Ireland. Yes, indeed, yes. A decision that's proved so popular, he's added on an extra one. So the question we asked was, Michael Flatley has added a third date to his Dublin gigs. Why is he torturing us this way? We asked this young woman, did she say A, because of the vicious lampooning he receives at the hands of you and your cohorts? B, he wants to buy more shoes? Or C, I can sing a song?
The more venues Michael Flatley books out, you see, the less nights there is in these big venues for Boyzone to play. So he's actually doing us a public service. But I would say that she probably said answer C.
Answer C, I can sing a song. Let's look at the VT and find out. Michael Flatley has announced a third Dublin date for his forthcoming gigs. Why do you think he's torturing us this way?
I don't know.
Maybe why do you think it is?
Maybe. Maybe he can. Maybe he wants everybody maybe he just wants their money.
And what do you think he's going to do with that money?
He's gonna spend it all on clothes.
Will he spend it on men's clothes or women's clothes?
Men's clothes.
What kind of clothes do you think he'll buy?
He buy more shoes.
Okay, thanks very much. Okay, so that was B. No points for that, I'm afraid. Finally, Angie Farty Pants. In McGill magazine this month, there are allegations that CJ Haughey was completely strapped for cash last summer. So the question we asked was, McGill magazine claims that Charles Haughey had a cash crisis last summer. Is that because they ran out of brown paper bags? We asked this young man, yes, this chap again with all the opinions. Did he say, A, call that satire? No wonder everyone says RTE can't do comedy. B, I don't read McGill, it's crap. Or C, I know a bloke who can turn his ears inside out.
I actually know that bloke.
With the ears?
Yeah, he turns his ears inside out.
That's probably because he had
Surprise,
his
surprise.
ear close to your bum at some point.
He's suing now.
Yeah. Something you to say then, that is, yeah.
I'd have to be C.
It'd have to be C, I know a bloke who can turn his ears inside out. Let's have a look at the VT and find out. McGill magazine claims that last summer, Charles Haughey had a financial crisis. Do you think that's because they ran out of brown paper bags?
Don't know,
Why don't you know?
because I don't read the magazine.
Why don't you read McGill?
Because it's crap.
Given his earlier attitude to it, I wouldn't have thought he'd say that anyway.
It's Eamon Dunphy, age 7, that's what you got there. So after that round, the scores are that Dara's team got 4 points and Brendan's team got no points. Some sporting news now. It was widely reported this week that 2 Newcastle players, Keith Gillespie and Alan Shearer, were involved in a fight in Dublin's Dawson Street. However, the 2 men have denied this. They say they were acting as consultants, testing out Dublin in advance of Wimbledon Football Club coming over here. Just enough time left for our final round, 60 seconds of sex. That got you interested, didn't it? Now it's 60 seconds of facts. Each team gets asked a minute's worth of questions about the week's events. They get a point for the right answer, or 2 if they can get a laugh out of the studio audience. Dara and Glenn, your 60 seconds of facts starts now. Mary O'Rourke will be spending Paddy's Day doing what?
Selling shamrock to Americans.
Tequila slammers.
Fighting to keep our duty-frees open is the correct answer. After the avalanche of claims for army deafness, the government has been urged to introduce what?
Guns, that a big stick and a flag that goes bang and comes out.
Random beatings.
Special legislation is the right answer. Opposition is growing for Tesco's plans to do what?
Invade Iraq.
Shoot shoplifters.
Build a hypermarket is the right answer. Ronan Keating did what for the Carter twins?
I think the term is double adapter.
Wrote their Eurovision entry is the right answer. According to a new study, the inner ears of lesbians are like what?
Those pasta shapes, you know the swirly ones? Like that.
Yeah. like men's, apparently. The UN has done what with Kofi Annan's Iraqi peace deal?
Lost it.
Said, stop that, let's have a scrap. Yeah.
They endorsed it. The former solicitor evicted by bailiffs in Mayo last week threatened to stage what outside the offices of a building society?
Oklahoma.
Greece.
So, Brendan and Angie, your 60 seconds of facts starts now. Ireland is being used as a haven for what?
Boy bands.
Dirty money is the correct answer. Louise Woodward's lawyers are afraid what will happen?
She'll offer to babysit for them.
Children's jail is the right answer. One of the stars of the full Monty got paid so little he is now reduced to doing what?
Working for RTE.
He's growing his own vegetables, isn't it?
It's the right answer, which
and
is
presumably,
more money.
unless he's a vegetarian, he's growing his own meat as well.
Who has been voted the most beautiful man in the world?
Sean Moncrief.
Is the right answer. Drogheda's traffic problems have been described by a local alderman as what?
Not really important, really.
A day and nightmare.
Scheme of things, like.
What's happening to Limerick's controversial dump at Long Pavement?
It's getting nearly as smelly as our dressing room. Okay.
Is it not that it's become one of the most desirable areas in Limerick and house prices are shooting up there?
No, it's being closed, apparently. Is the right answer. So, at the end of that round and at the end of the entire programme, the scores are that Dara's team got 19 points, but Brendan's team got 20 points, and they're tonight's winners. So, thanks to Brendan's guest, Angie Brady, and with Dara, Glenn Clark. So, that brings this week's transmission to a close. We'll be back with a repeat of this next Sunday and a brand new sparkly show on Monday. But as we go, the controversy still rages over the decision taken by the Tesco supermarket chain not to sell Irish beef in their British shops. Earlier on, I rang Tesco's headquarters in the UK to ask for a piece of advice. Thanks for helping us feed the gondolas. Good night.
Tesco customer service, how can I help?
Hello, my name is Monica Looley and I'm ringing you from Ireland. I live in a little village in Ireland, in the west of Ireland, called Ahascraw. Now, I'm coming over on my holidays to London in a few days' time. I'm going to visit my son. I always like to bring a bit of beef with me. Now, I understand from the newspapers that there's a bit of controversy over Irish beef, that Tesco's don't want to sell Irish beef, that the farmers there are complaining about that. Is that correct?
There is some controversy over it. Obviously, what Tesco's try to do is stock British beef.
Because there was a big controversy here because we have a man here who's in charge of Tesco's in Ireland. His name is Maurice Pratt. I know that the British people think Pratt is a funny word. We don't really know why that is here, you know. But you see, what I wanted to ask you was that I always bring a bit of beef from our farm, you see. A little bit of Irish beef in the suitcase. Now, if I have the Irish beef in my bag, I wouldn't get in trouble if I go to Tesco's. I wouldn't be thrown out or anything like that.
No, as long as it doesn't come out of your bag, there won't be a problem.
You don't have detectors or anything like that for Irish beef?
No, we don't, no.
Oh, that's fine. Thanks very much for your help.
You're welcome.
All right, bye-bye.
En pakke fra din onkel Frode i Amerika.
Fra onkel Frode? Så nok den fødselsdagsgave, jeg aldrig fik.
Det er da spændende med sådan en pakke fra langt væk.
Jeg tror, det kan være en lasso eller en automatisk radaralarm. En hue med en fisk på.
Nu er frokosten snart klar. Du skal have hjemmelavet makrelsalat.
Makrelsalat? Man skulle tro, det var